Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about Pandit Govind Vallabh Pant. So you must have heard that in your GS paper 1 in history section, there is a specific topic of national personalities. So you generally heard about the Nehru, Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose. But again, there are many freedom fighters who were also very prominent for the India's struggle for freedom, and one such person is Pandit Govind Vallabh Pant or GB Pant. So we have to remember that this is again an important part of your syllabus, national personalities. So the personalities which has been in news, you should pay more attention to it. So let's start. First of all, we will discuss more about his life and then we will discuss about his contribution. So Govind Vallabh Pant is remembered as one of the country's most prominent freedom fighters and an administrator who played a key role in shaping modern India. So you must remember this thing that post independence, when India got freedom, it was GB Pant who actually became the first CM of the Uttar Pradesh. So if you see over here, he was the premier of the United Provinces, that is what UP was called before the independence, and he became the first chief minister in from 1946 to 54, and then he was also the union home minister from 1955 to 61 and was a recipient of highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna, in 1957. So Bharat Ratna, you should know, is the highest award which is given to the any civilian, so that he has been awarded with, and he was also the Home Minister of India from 1955 to 1961. So we know that the first Home Minister of India was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, but after his death, it was actually GB Pant who took the baton and created or shaped the new India. In 1907, he decided to study law after receiving his degree. He started to practice law in Almora in 1910 and eventually moved to Kashipur. So if you see over here, he was a lawyer by profession. So in 1910, he was practicing law in Almora and moved towards Kashipur. In fact, there is this university known by the name of Pantnagar, which is near Nainital. So this university is actually considered the oldest university which provide degree in agriculture studies. So this is something again which has been made for the owner of GB Pant only. In Kashipur, he established an organization called Prem Sabha that started working towards several reform and also saved a school from shutting down due to non-payment of taxes to the British government. Now, from your UPSC perspective, you must have seen that what happened in examination. They will give you question like there is an organization in the match the following type, and they will ask you the leader associated with it or the founder. So such kind of question has been asked in the UPSC previous year. So just remember, if the question is like the Prem Sabha and there is an option the GB Pant, then you know this is right. So just remember it from that perspective. This is an important point to note. Okay, so I hope you understood that part. Now let's move forward and look at his contribution. So he was again a very prominent freedom fighter during this struggle, and his contribution are remarked starting from the non-cooperation movement itself. So the non-cooperation movement, which was again something which started once the Gandhi come into the picture in the Indian polity system. So in that regard, non-cooperation movement could be considered as one of the mass scale early mass scale revolution after the Swadeshi movement which was started, and GP Pant was he participated in it and he joined the Congress in 1921. So he was also part of the Indian National Congress. Then in 1930, he was imprisoned for organizing Salt March inspired by Gandhi's earlier action. So you must have known in the March 1930, Gandhi started the Dandi March, which main purpose was to break the salt law. Salt law, which was considered as a point of operation, like the people were not allowed to like get the salt, which is a very basic component of food. So the whole idea of breaking the salt law was started by the Gandhiji during the Dandi March, and Vallabh Pant also started a salt march and he was imprisoned for it. He was elected to the Uttar Pradesh, then that time I already told you it was known as United Provinces. Legislative Assembly as the candidate of Swarajist Party from Nainital. So just remember, not the Congress but the Swarajist Party. So now this is your homework. Go ahead and check out what is Swarajist Party, whether it was a part of the INC only or it was a different faction. So this is your homework. You have to go ahead, drop a comment in the comment section of this video and let me know what do you understand by the Swarajist Party. So he was elected to the Legislative Assembly of Uttar Pradesh before the independence, mind you, and he was representing the Swarajist Party. When in government, he tried to bring reforms which would do away with the zamindari system. So the system which was like under the zamindari system, there is a landlord and there were small farmers who were asked for, there was a concept of bonded labor, forced labor, all these things were there and he was not very much in favor of it. So he asked for the abolition of zamindari system. In fact, you must have known that when India got independence, the India go for the Land Ceiling Act, which essentially means that the zamindari system has to be abolished. So when India got independence, this is something again India also adopted. He also pleaded the government for lowering the agricultural taxes on farmers. So he was very much sympathetic towards the plight of farmers who have to pay high taxes even though there is not much revenue. So in that regard, he again pleaded the government as a member of Legislative Assembly to lower the taxes. He encouraged many cottage industries in the country and raised his voice against the coolie beggar law, which forced the porters to transport heavy luggage of British official without any payment. Now you should know that like even today if you go to railway station you would see coolie over there, right? Like if you are traveling to Delhi station you will see coolie coming to you and asking to carry your baggage. But the thing is, we pay for their services now. This is not a beggar contract or bonded labor kind of a scenario where they are made to carry the heavy burdens or heavy luggage of the British officials and they are not even paid for it. So G.V. Pant again revolted against this kind of law. Also, he said that this law is not very justified. Also, he encouraged the cottage industry. So from here you can understand what kind of influence Gandhi has on his life. He also believed in the promotion of cottage industry, which was adopted in our constitution in the DPSP as the part of the Gandhian principle. So you can try to relate all these concepts, that who are the people who supported, who were more inclined toward the Gandhian philosophy, who were the people who were more socialist, more liberal. All these things will actually come in handy when you are trying to answer the question. Pant was always against a separate electorate for minorities, saying the step would further divide the community. So we know that in the 1909, the Act, the Indian Council Act of 1909, actually created a separate electorate for the minorities in the case of Muslims. So further in 1919 Act again created the minorities for the Sikhs and the other minorities. So he was always against the idea of separate electorate. So that is again something you should recall from here, that Gandhiji was also very much against it. You must remember his Yerawada fast which he did, that when there was a case of giving the separate electorate for the depressed class also. So in that case the Pune Pact came into picture, where actually Ambedkar finally uh, considered the fact that separate electorate for the depressed class is not going to solve, when he conceded to the fact that there will be reservation but not the separate electorate. So you can understand G.V. Pant was also against the idea of separate electorate for minorities. Then in 1942, he was arrested again, this time for signing the Quit India resolution, and spent 3 years in Ahmednagar fort among with other members of the Congress Working Committee until March 1945. So you must know the famous Gwalior tank speech in which the Gandhi said about do and die. So that was the call which started the Quit India movement. And when this was done, a lot of the leader, in fact, most of the prominent leader was mass arrested by the Britishers, because they feared that this is going to be like the it for the Britishers in India, and they mass arrested the leader. Even the mass arrest of leader was of no avail, and Quit India movement still flourished. and that is why, that is again one of the reason why British had decided with the Cripps mission and other kind of things. Again, go back to your modern Indian history and try to recall all this thing. But from here, from the G.P. Pant life, you should remember that he was a participant of non-cooperation movement. He participated in the civil disobedience movement, and he was also participating in the Quit India movement. So the major three movement, the major three mass movement which the India saw during its freedom struggle, G.P. Pant was part of it. So you can understand what is the stature of the freedom fighter by the name of G.P. Pant. So these are all the things that you should remember. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.